I can promise you, the foods you eat, the calories you consume, they still matter on the weekend. They still matter when you're drinking. They still matter when it's your birthday. They still matter when it's your anniversary. Thermodynamics, unfortunately, doesn't give a damn about holidays. Hi, I'm Carbon Diet Coach co-founder, Dr. Layne Norton, and I want to explain to you why cheat meals may not be your best bet. Now, I'm not saying you can't make progress towards fat loss goals or body composition goals without having cheat meals. You certainly can. Unfortunately, cheat meals tend to lend themselves to black and white thinking. So you're eating clean or staying on your diet for a certain period of time, and then you have a cheat meal or a cheat day. And many times a cheat meal turns into a cheat day. And I never understood why people had this idea that if they rigorously stuck to a diet for a certain number of days, the other period of time somehow doesn't matter and they can do whatever. The reality is calories still matter. And you could be in a calorie deficit all week. And then if you have 1 or 2 days on the weekend where you're drastically going over, you won't be in a calorie deficit anymore. And so I've shown this in my books. I had a figure where I showed eating, I think it was like 1,800 calories a day, Monday through Friday. And then on Saturday and Sunday, they had 3,500 calories and basically brought their weekly average up to around like 2,300 calories per day where they weren't in a calorie deficit anymore. So yeah, unfortunately, food intake on the weekend still matters. And what I see a lot of is this tends to be a vicious cycle where people have a big cheat day and then they go really low on calories on their other days trying to make up for it, or they find that they just can't lose weight unless they continue to drop calories on their non-cheat days. And so they get more and more restricted and then the cheat day gets bigger. I experienced this myself when I was prepping for a bodybuilding show when I didn't want to track calories. I basically wanted myself to be able to have a completely unrestricted cheat day. And basically I ate as much as I could in like a 12-hour period, I would say. And what I found was I would make a little bit of progress and then I would stagnate. And I kept having to shorten my eating window in order to have the cheat day or cheat meal or whatever. I started out as a 12 hours of eating whatever I wanted. And eventually by the end, it was like 2 hours. Because as I got more restricted, I just ate more in the time period I had. It just got to the point where I shortened my window enough to where I couldn't eat enough in that period of time to get myself out of the deficit. But so many people, again, they want to have a completely unrestricted cheat day. And I'm not saying you can't do that. You don't necessarily have to track your calories on days where you're having, I don't want to call it a cheat day because I think the verbiage itself can imply some sort of ethical component to food. And I think that's a kind of a dangerous rhetoric to use. But people having a free day or a non-track day, I think those things are totally fine. But you have to have some kind of guardrails on yourself. It can't just be, I'm going to eat whatever I want because it'll be fine. No, if you eat enough calories to pull you out of a deficit, you will not lose weight. So for me, I don't have cheat days. I still track my calories on higher calorie days. But obviously, if I have 4,000 calories available compared to my usual 3,300, I have more flexibility in what I consume. If you're somebody who's really struggling to moderate your intake, maybe you need to track your calories on your free day or higher calorie day for a little while so that you understand what a certain amount of food equates to calorie-wise. And then as you get better at it, you can pull back and you can have a day where you're not tracking as much. But I can promise you, the foods you eat, the calories you consume, they still matter on the weekend. They still matter when you're drinking. They still matter when it's your birthday. They still matter when it's your anniversary. They still matter. Thermodynamics, unfortunately, doesn't give a damn about holidays. Now, guys, if you're interested in an app that can help coach you for nutrition to get to your goals, check out my app, Carbon Diet Coach. It is algorithm-based, customized nutrition coaching based on an algorithm that I helped write based on my 20 plus years of experience as a one-on-one coach, as well as my PhD research. It is evidence-based, effective, and we have had people lose millions of pounds using our app. And the best part is it's less than $10 a month. So click the link in my bio if you want to go download and subscribe. It is a great tool. I have used it myself now for 6 years, and I let it coach me. That's how much I trust it.